as I bet it because I'm like,
why?
You know,
That was Dan's favorite play this week.
I know, and it was, and then I looked online and everybody was on it. Like, I don't try to zig when everybody else zags, but on props, one of the ways I've done very well has been blocking everybody out, having a process, which we will show some of it soon, and just picking my guys and picking my spots. I thought Dan was totally right because Tucker was going to slide into the slot. It was going to make total sense. And then I saw like everybody was on it. Oh my God, who got that? Who did that? Was it Mostert? No, was it Genty? Who was it? It was Genty. Raiders.
We have Genty is shit. Oh, we do. I do. Well, we have the Raiders all tonight, right?
We have the
whatever or three.
We have the Raiders.
No, not 2.5.
We have the 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. I took it even less because it's a divisional game. Hold on, let me find us. It is you are listening to and watching.
I was about to do the read because I'm
fine. You do the read. You do the read. You do the read.
You do the read for this. So welcome.
Do the read.
Welcome, folks, to Dad's Bet Baseball. I guess we could say and football because we are talking a little football on this show. It's Thursday, November 6th. We are 2 months away from our producer's birthday and a national commemorated day from 11/6. So, Adam, how's it going, man?
It's going really well. I gave my dad move early, which was not to have kids, which seems to be my dad move weekly. I
was like, we've kind of stopped doing dad moves, and I feel like it's just because we end up at the conclusion of like, maybe you just shouldn't have kids.
Oh, look who's in here. Colby wandered in from the end of baseball season to ask us who is homering tomorrow.
Who is that?
Look at this. This is so great. Well, it's probably somebody off of Dean Kramer and Israel baseball coach for the World Baseball Classic. I bet you, by the way, there's a way on Handygraphs for us to get we could totally,
WBC,
because we could make a filter based on we could do this. I'm not trying to put things more on the tech stack,
so the players that go to World Baseball Classic, do they skip spring training? Like, do they go to spring, like, do they go spring training for a few weeks and then go? Or I think they just go with the national team and they just
go to the national team because that's what happened with Trey.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we won't get because I was gonna say on Handygraphs, which by the way, you can now be able to see hockey on Handygraphs starting today. So very exciting about that. But we will have spring training data for everybody. Hopefully, come. I guess like February is really when it starts. But yeah, for World Baseball Classic, I'll have to kind of figure all that out. Colby, I know you're upset because you just can't bet the Guardians in the World Baseball Classic. Let's be real. Like that's really the team that you would just.
He's gonna pick the country that nobody wants, and he's gonna say they're fun, and they're just gonna pitch like 1-0 games and bunt and do all this, and nobody's gonna hit a home run. And there's gonna be a team that's like the Guardians of the World Baseball Classic. By the way, I admire CJ that you kick this off with like the NPR style, very soft spoken voice on it. Like, we're going to have hockey and it's going to be this. It's a Thursday. It's a longer week. Again, Dad's Bet Baseball. We are here. We're going to kick things off. Let's kick things off with some deep dives on friend of the pods. Let's talk some hoops for our boys at HOF Bets. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me share my screen.
Go use the code HDDads, by the way,
to there you go.
Get 1 week free, and also for a nice little promo for that first month. So we use it all the time, and we do use it all the time. Some ways that you can also use it to make some money here with NBA. So right, what do you got? You're on
I want to preface it all. Well, I want to preface it all with I stink at NBA generally too. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I know ball. It's my worst sport physically. It's probably my worst sport betting wise. That being said, HOF Bets has made it very, very easy for me to look like I'm really good at it. So, I always say this. I hang out in trends. I'm in trends click NBA. There are no games today, so I don't really care about this. So I'm gonna go to tomorrow, players in NBA. I say this as Joe Delara, noted NBA expert. Joe Delara texts me. All right, so I go to player. I hang out there all the time. I go to matchup grade. I like to tell everybody I really like to keep it B and above. You can also go all the way down. You can also keep it totally open and just fade what the F is on something. I think the most important thing really for me tends to be keeping like my hit. I like to keep my hit rates around like 45% because basically that to me is signifying that there's a coin flip kind of moment. When you're in betting, you kind of always want to be, dealing with.
You're also paying. It's cheaper prices, to be honest.
Cheaper prices, so. Right? You don't want something that's hitting 7 out of 10 times. It's not really always going to be the best price. So, anyway, what I do is I will do this, and then one of the plays that I really like threes. So first thing I do is odds wise. So this is the big one. I always move my odds stuff to like just under even money. You could do it as even money, doesn't matter. But I just like to play alts because generally they're the same hit rate. Generally, you can have less stake to win a unit. And just Hall of Fame Bets is really good at picking out these alts of certain players so that, while your friends are, I bet minus 120 for, Grayson Allen over 16.5 points and assists. And it's like, well, I did it at 19.5 at plus 150. So I got a better bet and you had higher ROI. And ROI is the only mathematical way that you turned less money into more money.
Right. Yep.
So anyway, I'm going to make this, let's make it around plus 170. And this is what I do is I literally just start mixing and matching around and finding things that, look, frankly, I look for like an all yellow and an all green. I like, because the season's so young, I start off with the 25-26 and I go through here. We don't really need this Suns game on here. So let's just kind of go right to a couple Friday games. There's not a ton of lines up yet, so you guys are going to have to bear with us. But this is good. So here, I'll do a couple games. I'll show this. And like a great example, the rebounds and assists is a really good one actually to use because rebounds and assists is a usage
prop. You took away. This was what I was going to talk about.
Oh, you're going to say it? What were you going to say?
Well, that's my favorite prop
it's great.
in NBA is rebounds and assists because it's it's consistently the one that they're going to spend the least amount of time modeling. And also it's the one that is going to be a lot less liquid. So you're not seeing that prop line move nearly as much, which gives you a better chance to actually have a real edge on that.
It's a usage prop. That's what's so great about it. It's this sort of, it has nothing to do with the guy shooting. It just has to do with the guy's him touching the ball. And it's
literally if this guy is on the floor.
Is this guy going to be on the floor?
Like, is he on the floor? Okay. It's like almost kind of like a way to bet minutes.
Completely agree. And so look, we got Jalen Suggs here. And look, we already see that he's got a solid hit rate this season. Okay. He is going against, who's he going against? Boston. Well, this is he never hit it against Boston because he got hurt. And also because Boston was a different species at that time. But you look at point guards, this is so great. This is like my favorite part is that if you go and you look at the game lines, I always tell everybody, don't care as much about the hit rate as much as you should care about how positions are doing against that team. Everybody is nailing the rebounds and assists against the Celtics team, which makes sense because the Celtics team without Jason Tatum can't rebound. And they're giving real minutes to Luka Garza.
One of their best rebounders. People forget that.
He's that double machine. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, he's even better about this. This is a bet. I like this a lot. So you kind of have seen how I do there. You can mix and match around this and you can find whatever, but this is perfectly fine for me. And it's the better part about this is that you can also see that he's like even money on FanDuel. He's minus 111 on DraftKings. You can get the best price. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to bet it. I'll bet it now. I'm going to do that for everybody. So I'm betting it now. But that is how I use Hall of Fame Bets. Use code DADS. That's how I use it. The trend section on NBA. And I do this for like 5 or 6 plays a night. And the hit rate's awesome. And I also don't feel overexposed because I'm playing so much plus money stuff, and I just have such a lower, like if it's plus 135, I'm risking 0.75 units to win whatever it is. And it's great. So I highly recommend, again, as I put this in, because I'm like, wow, I like this bet for tomorrow already. Jalen Suggs over 5.5 rebounds and assists. Feels really low, and that's it. So that is me showing off. HOF.
I mean, amazing timing, because if anybody's actually watching us on this stream, I had to literally it was my second set of headphones that died right as the show began.
I was wondering why you showed up in those.
So I'm pulling up in the Scott Rachel special here with the wired headset. Although I don't know if Scott actually that might be unfair to Scott. I think he might actually have it be. I'm
no,
muted?
His is wired. His is wired. You're not muted.
I'm not
no,
muted.
I hear you.
Weirdly, wait, Spencer, for some reason, I got a ping there that said I'm muted. But yeah, I'm so glad you hit on the rebounds and assists thing, though, because I was like, oh, that's the one that I like to play a lot. It's also one where I don't feel bad about taking that if I'm like sitting in bed at 10:30 on a Thursday night for a Friday game. Like points and maybe not so much 3-pointers, but certainly points, certainly rebounds, assists, any of those main ones. It really is kind of like risky, in my opinion, to go heavy on them for like overnights or even early in the morning, because the lineups just are so in flux in terms of what we're actually going to be expecting. This is actually one of the things you and I probably one of our first betting conversations was the fact of like the NBA is the worst league for dads, because you cannot like actually build caps and bet, because the time that you actually need to start betting is like literally the worst time of the day for as a dad, because you have to be preparing dinner, you have to be getting your kids ready for bed, like you can't trust any of the lineups in that case. So
it's the NBA with as many kids as Sean Kemp has, the NBA was not built for dads.
All right, so I got a couple of football things that I want to touch on here. So one of them real quick is the trade deadline that happened this past week. So I was desperately looking for a market to see if we could find a good bet on this, and I really came down, and I want to kind of see what your thoughts are on this, but like, so I know that like people were freaking out about like the Sauce Gardner trade and the Quinn Williams trade.
I think it's a great trade. I think it was a fantastic trade
for
both sides.
Well, definitely. I mean, Colts filled a need for sure.
It's a need, but they re-signed him. They have him locked in.
He's extended.
Yeah.
But if you look at
and remember, the NFL cap is not like the NBA cap. It's not real. Like it's
no. It's like you can literally just like defer money, and that's fine. I mean,
it's fine.
This is what every Browns fan told me.
The threat of dead cap. What are you going to do? You become the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. It's like, well, the cap's not real.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I was going to say though is that I like the move for the Colts in terms of like their secondary was crap, so this definitely helps their secondary. At the same time, I think people like are a little bit maybe overrating like the player that Sauce Gardner has been for almost 2 seasons now. Like if you go and look at him on PFF right now, just from if we look at the coverage grades, just from a cornerback perspective for the entire season, he ranks right now, I can tell you, it is 44th. So 44th overall. This is like somebody that I think a lot of people consider as like all pro level corner. I'm not saying he can't get back to that level, but this is just kind of who he's been this year. And the bet, if anything, that I was looking for initially was, I think people are going to overreact at that this is going to make the Jets so much worse, because they were bad already. Like they're bad already. It's not. They really weren't
one player away, and they got first-round picks out of this. I thought it was a great deal for them.
So I actually was looking to see. I'm like, okay. Also, if you go look at the Jets' schedule, it's not that hard. Like they've got a Miami game, they've got this upcoming Cleveland game, they've got a few spots against like fairly mid teams that they would actually be probably like competitive in. But the line is already reflected I wanted to take a rest of season over to see if I could get a pretty good plus money price on it. It's minus 110 for over 3.5, which I'm not about
Where
to
did you
pay
find
on
that?
the minus 110.
Yeah, where did
It's
you
on
find the
MG. It's
market?
on. So okay. So
Okay, so
there's
not a
the
book
live win
not a book I can
totals.
get on. Like not a
No, no,
book.
no. You can bet this. You can bet this on FanDuel right now. I mean,
Okay,
it's
cool, cool, cool.
there's in season win totals that you can bet on. And so I was hoping, I'm like, okay, reaction's probably going to be way overreacting what Gardner was actually contributing to this team, and we might get like over 3.5 be like 2-1 or something stupid. Minus 110. So it's not like you're really getting a great price also on a very crappy team to win 3 more games. Here's the one that I thought was kind of fun though. The DraftKings right now, they will definitely take this off by Sunday. If you go in their team specials tab, they have basically a special for each of the players that got acquired.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah. So some of them are kind of stupid. Like Quinnen Williams to record like 5 sacks. Rashid Shaheed to score.
It's not what he does. It's not.
Right.
That's. I mean,
he's
he's
no
a nose
sacks.
tackle.
He
So
has no sacks. Rashid Shaheed to score 10 plus receiving touchdowns. Jacoby Myers to have 500 receiving yards between weeks 10 and week 18. The one, as I'm just getting finished shitting on Sauce Gardner, I kind of thought Sauce Gardner to record 2 interceptions for the rest of the season when I looked at his schedule at plus 350 was kind of a fun bet.
I think that's a really fun bet. And I'm looking like that. You listed the quarterbacks that he's going against.
So he's got Mahomes. So he's got Mahomes, Stroud twice,
Penix, or Davis Mills, or former INT.
Mills.
Yeah, right. INT leader, former INT leader.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So all 4, even if it's
shout out Sean Hardy. We he tied for, we had a dead heat tie.
Dead heat. Oh wow.
Yeah, he and I we didn't have him. We had Mahomes, I think, that year, because Mahomes tied him, or at one point was tied with him. Something.
Then I was on that one with you because
Mahomes, it was
had like the most turnover worthy.
Yeah, and like Davis Mills had like a billion interceptions, yeah. So it was like a dead heat. Yeah.
Well, so I used the same thing for this one because I was like, all right, well, who has the most turnover worthy throws?
That's what I used to.
It is Mahomes still. Mahomes is actually number 1.
Of course he is. Nothing that he does is something you should be teaching people on how to play.
And only he can get away with it. But yeah, Mahomes, Stroud, or Davis Mills, Penix, and Lawrence is on that schedule. I was like, plus 350 for 2 picks against some of those corners, maybe a re-energized Sauce on a team that also, by the way, we talk about this, they tend to play from ahead. So they put their defense into pretty good positions.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 350 for 2+ picks, or I think it's 16-1 for 3. But that was one market.
I don't hate that, fun. Dude. 16-1 for 3 is juicy. See, where was this? This was on DraftKings because I can't find it. Where is it?
So you got to go. Okay, so go to NFL and then go to team specials.
NFL.
You should see NFL and then team specials. I hope it's not a New Jersey thing. Otherwise, I'm just taking this for you.
No, I see it. Team specials. Okay. Queen for 5 sacks. Colts. 15-1 now on that. I'm gonna take that. I'm taking that. I'm absolutely taking that. He had like 7 2 years ago, right? He's gonna be there. He's gonna be the shadow cornerback too.
He hasn't really had a bunch of interceptions. That's the only thing I will call out. Like,
how many has he had?
Most of his career is 2 in a season.
So, and he has how many now?
Well, he has 0 this season right now. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is 3 in 7 games.
9.
3 in 55. We got it. Producer Spencer being a producer. 3 in 55 games. That's terrible.
Yeah.
I like the 2 at plus 350 more now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll tone it down. But it was more a bet, honestly, against the quarterbacks he's facing. Plus,
it's great.
The fact that Indy is typically playing from ahead. So that was what I got. Trade deadline. There's nothing else that was going to be valuable from those moves, but that one was interesting to me.
Jalen Phillips at 5+ sacks. So it's interesting because I'm looking at this. For some of these are ludicrous. First of all, Rashid Shaheed to have 10 touchdowns regular season
is insane. It's just
that's
insane.
Well, he's gonna have Darnold, but that's what it was. JSN going to cease to exist. Like,
well, how many touchdowns does Shaheed have right now?
I would imagine 3 or 4. He was the number 1 target last weekend.
I mean, that was, by the way, that was my favorite move of probably all of them.
I thought me too. That was my favorite move.
I thought this was like, he is.
Thought that was a great move because now you have Torrey Horton, and you have you basically got wide receivers that played Sam Darnold style, like runs. It's awesome. That's awesome. I love that for that team.
2 touchdowns, by the way. So I guess in comparison,
that's a bot.
10 plus touchdowns per. So you're expecting Shaheed to get 8 touchdowns at basically the same price that Gardner for 3 picks. So
wild. That's a good one. So I mean, the one thing I'll say on the trade deadline because I'm noticing it based on that Jalen Phillips and the Eagles stuff is that the thing that people don't realize is that I know my team, but the Eagles love to rotate players and they don't have any depth right now. Like part of the reason why Brandon Graham is there, Brandon Graham's never going to play probably more than 40% of the snaps in the game. And that's fine because they really just want him on third. The only thing that matters, great man, I'm going to call him out again, Sean Hardy. Sean Hardy, when he caps FCS, because he's a degenerate, he said, he showed me the other night, a couple weeks ago, and he said, third down, all I care about is third down defense. And I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And shout out to Rhythm. They have that as a stat that you can build into your model.
Oh, right.
Third down,
yeah.
Third down defense is the most important because, as Sean says, if you can't get off the field, you can't stop points. Yeah. And I say this to say that third down defense is all the Eagles care about because their third down defense is terrible right now. So being able to have a Brandon Graham who comes in and Jalen Phillips who comes in, and then Nolan Smith's going to get healthy and cycle in. Nakobe Dean can then ramp up to like playing most of the time. They can do that and be a nightmare matchup wise. They got Jair Alexander, who yes is kind of washed. Not if he's playing slot corner on nickel packages. Like that's all they want him for. He is not going to be playing 100% of the snaps. They just want him in there because he's tall.
I mean, they had Bradbury in there who was 100% washed, and they got
100% washed, and he was great at it. Yeah. So I agree. I thought that those moves were great. I thought they did. I liked it. They got Michael Carter in there. I mean, look, offense moves with the coordinator and moves with cycles, but defense, you need the pieces, and then you just got to let your coordinator cook. And
I would say too with defense that defense is much more variance from year to year and even within season to season. So if your team sucks on offense early in the season, it's not really a good prognosticator that things are going to change later in the season. Like there's not a lot of things you can do to make the offense exponentially better because it usually is because you have a systemic problem with your line or it's your quarterback. But defense, you can have a crappy defense for the first like 6-7 weeks, and
they suddenly get it.
Baltimore,
the Chiefs.
Yes. Even honestly, the Eagles. Remember the defense
Eagles
at the beginning last season was not great. They had to kind of learn Fangio's system. So defense, like you can. That's kind of my thing, is especially coming into the second half of the year. Is like if I'm buying a team. I'm much rather buying a team that had defensive issues, but at least like I can trust the offense versus great like a Texans who we called a fraud earlier this week. Great defense, offense can't get going whatsoever, and that usually is just not going to fix itself. So, all right, I got one more football thing. So we were texting about our pick'em today. I said there was.
Let me bring it up.
There was 2 games that I felt like I wanted to kind of talk through here on, is this am I falling into a square trap, or is this actually the side that we should be on? So let me see if I can pull. I mean, I have it up on my side if we want to.
Let me pull it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Odds Logic and I'm going to look at I'm just going to look at the odds. So what are we looking at?
We should pull up all of our picks just in case we have
some
people. All right.
Well, I mean, Sean's in our pick'em too. Sean's always like one ahead of us or one behind us.
Is Sean ahead of us right now?
I literally think we're like neck and neck.
Okay.
He had a bad 2 weeks ago. We've been consistently like
blindfold. Put your blinders on, Sean. We'd love that. We'd love to not have to rescind your podcast or your future podcast invites. So, Spencer, if you could throw up the screen I got here. All right. So already we had that Vegas one. So
Okay.
most of these I was like, okay, yeah, like Baltimore. This is also, by the way, this Baltimore game. Are you on an alt for this one? Because I feel
I'm
like
going to. I'm
the
going to be.
bands
That's
are
going to.
so high with this one.
That's going to be a pleaser. For me.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, the first one I wanted to call out was the Miami plus 9.5. Because this is a classic, like, Pro versus Joe divisional game at home, extra rest for Miami coming off a Thursday night game. I get all of that. And the last time also, by the way, I bet the Bills on a larger spread on the road. That did not work out well for me with that Falcons game. But I'm just trying to
wasn't a
figure
larger.
out, like,
that wasn't a larger spread. That's what
it
was doing.
well, that's true.
It was like 4.5. That was
4.5 or 5.
Yeah,
which I thought should have been. Well, maybe let me rephrase it. The last time I thought the Bills should have been bigger favorites. They did not come through for me.
Sure.
So I guess I'm trying to figure out, other than all of those points I just mentioned on the sort of Pro v Joe classic sharp game, why we want to go with Miami here.
Which, by the way, to be clear, everybody's on the Bills on both sides. Like there's at circa
90 tickets on it right
96 now? And 76. So everybody's on it, and like you can't find anybody who wants Miami. So let me make the case for Miami.
Okay.
The case I will make for Miami is one. It is very good to take it. This is it's generally good to buy teams off of blowouts when they're in a situation where they're getting points at home, because the market value on them is the market perception on them is low. 2, they cleaned house within the organization, but gave a vote of confidence to McDaniel to the point where they said he's there the rest of the year. They didn't say, and we'll see. They said he's our coach. They did that. He's not worried right now on that kind of stuff. In fact, I hypothesize that he's actually going to be back, and that some of the problems on that team were a guy who's been problems on others. I don't think he's getting fired, basically, to make it really clear, but might be a story for another day. This Bills team just put its best foot forward against the Chiefs in literally its Super Bowl every year is that Chiefs game, because they always want to beat the Chiefs on that game. This being a divisional game at home, and this Bills defense still stinks, and has a pretty key pieces that are missing. I don't believe in treating this Miami team, especially at home, as if they are at home against a Bills team that I don't have power ranked really high. I hate that term, but that's the best way to describe it. I don't believe in treating them like they're the Titans. And so this isn't one that's on my circuit card. This isn't one I'm betting, but it's given generally when you see a long spread, people are like, oh, I definitely want to take that. But there are so few, nobody wants to touch. This is part of the reason why I love the Giants this week. Like nobody wants the Giants. And that one's a little different because the number is shorter. It's a sharper number and nobody wants the Giants. This is a longer number. I'm not impressed by this Bills team, and I'm not impressed by this Bills defense. And I think that there's a lot of reasons why this Miami team could stay in it, upset them after they beat the Chiefs, all sorts of things.
Okay.
It's not a I gotta have it. It's not a gotta have it.
I forgot that they play. So I'm looking back at their schedule here. So they curb stomped the Panthers, but that was also coming out of a bye. They had also just lost to Atlanta and lost to New England. So like they came into that game knowing like we can't fuck this up because we also have to play the Chiefs next week. So now they beat the Chiefs. They gave themselves at least a little bit of breathing room. The only thing I can say is like I think maybe I'm with you now that you kind of talked this through on Miami for the full game. This is one where I'd almost want to bet like Bills first half, Miami to like
Win.
like
Do it to
cover the whole
win. Do
game.
it to shock the world, man. Why not?
Because I could see a situation for sure where and by the way, like the Bills did this early in the season. It's kind of like forgotten because of how bad the Jets were. But that week 2 game against the Jets, like they did this where they came out, they actually were like in control, and then they sort of like kept doing everything they could to let the Jets sort of back in the game. And it was because Brees Hall was able to run the ball so well. So um, I'm looking ahead too. They do have a game against the Bucks at home, which is out of conference, but the Bills are playing for the 1 seed. So that's my only thing. It's like that Patriots game, knowing the Patriots schedule, they don't have a ton of margin of error if they want to get the 1 seed. So maybe that gives them a little bit of extra juice coming into this one, but they are coming
That's
off
possible.
a big win. So
it is. It's just they're off the Chiefs win. How did they do off the
right.
Chiefs win last year?
Here's the other one.
Wait, how did they do off the Chiefs? Let's look. How did they do off the Chiefs?
Oh, how they do off the Chiefs last year?
So they play them every year.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna look at their. So hold on. So
I'm watching this. I'm watching this game, and they this Broncos team.
All right, so that Chiefs game last year, they played San Francisco and they actually kicked the shit out. Oh my God. Yes, I remember this game. That was a Sunday night game. The San Francisco won, and San Francisco quit in that game. That was one where it was like snowing. CMC like tried to come back and then he got hurt.
Oh, and he pulled his cap like right away.
And Shanahan came out like and basically was like, yeah, like we kind of knew that we weren't like going to be in this one. And I was like, you fucking idiot! Like you guys like still could have made the playoffs. So
they were also like the line I remember for that game was like +3.5 or something.
Yeah, it was something stupid. Now the following week they went to the Rams and that was the 42-44 game. That was the one where total shootout whatsoever. But they did take care of business, although it warrants to be mentioned that it was a home game and it was a Sunday night game out of conference. So this is in division at a 1 p.m. game when nobody really cares. All right, here's the one though that I had teased a little earlier in the week.
Okay.
And it's the only one now.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, but shout out to all of us who had USF team total over that has already hit in the second quarter. So thanks, Scott Frost. Wait, is Scott Frost a coach, or is that UCF? I don't know.
No, that's UCF. He went back to UCF.
UCF, yeah, that's right. Yeah. USF. It's about Byron Brown. Byron Brown, I could see being a really, really good
right now. Yeah.
So anyway, keep going.
All right. Why are we backing the Panthers here?
It's not about backing the Panthers. It's that I can't take the Saints. I completely agree. Like my gambling radar completely went off, and I wanted to make the case for the Saints because the Panthers haven't. First of all, Panthers stink as a fave. Panthers haven't been laid points this much in like a decade. But the Saints team has a rookie quarterback starting their second game on the road who wasn't particularly impressive and isn't particularly good against is missing 2 offensive linemen, one of which they traded because they traded Penning to the Chargers. They also traded the receiver that the guy, who led the team in receiving last week was Rashid Shaheed. They traded him, and going against the Panthers team, who just going to say this, but if they win and Tampa loses, guess who's tied for first place in that division?
The Carolina Panthers, who we have a 18 to 1 ticket
18 to 1. It's now 5 to 1
division. Yeah.
Wow. I'd like to be clear. I don't think it's happening, but that's we play those market dynamics like a fiddle. This isn't one. Again, this isn't one that I'm dying on, and it's for me, it's more that I don't see anything in the Saints team. Like Saints team's 2-7 ATS, man. That's not good. They are looking at a bye. It's a second straight road game though for them. It's not a great Saints spot to take the Saints. But buying high on the Panthers team. That's where I'm
I'm
kind of at
not.
on it.
Yeah, I think my only thing with this. So
And
line
again, I'm
has.
not strong on it.
What are we? What's this? I'm looking at it. Odds Logic right now. Is it still sitting? Because it's sat at 5.5.
It hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved. Okay, so that is another reason why I was like,
And
okay,
nobody's another one. There's like
nobody's touching it.
nobody's
Like,
touching this.
I did a little bit of some filtering that we tend to do on the spreads and stuff whenever we're in Hall of Fame bets, where you can do like the
I love doing that. I need to remember
covering
to
the
do that
different spread. So when the Panthers have played a home game against a team that is in the bottom half of the league, so we're just talking bad teams, right? They have covered those games with an average spread of 1.4 points, including 2 of those they lost outright. Now again, these are some of these games they could have been like actually dogs in. We're just talking about like teams that were bottom half of the league that they're playing at home. When you do this though for the basically the bottom like quarter of the league, or the Saints, which is basically dead last, have not covered once. Not covered once as a favorite. They have won three times straight up, but they have never covered more than 3 points in those games. And these are home games, which we both believe that the Panthers are a better team at home. So
we do.
That's my case sort of against it. Is they're also coming off like their certainly not their Super Bowl, but a huge win. Like
I mean, it's their biggest win in the last 10 years for that team.
That's and I guess you do have to back Tyler Shuck under 7 points, but I don't know. I kind of looked at some of those things there, and then the line not moving, and just going just like we kind of did with the Dolphins.
I agree.
Line. To me,
I agree. Look, this was a last cut for our circuit card. And for those who are like, who cares about your circuit? Well, we're in the 95th percentile and at ranked 356 right now. So,
we're having our quota for humble brag on the show.
Dude, that thing is hard, and we're doing very, very well.
It is.
But it was on there. The way that I was trying to get there was that basically within the division, the stat that I had that Newbie really liked was in the division. In the last 2 years as a road dog, they're like 8-10 ATS, which basically means they're 50-50. So 50-50 on a plus touchdown. Like, look, the Panthers shouldn't be laying a touchdown to anybody. Like, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I could get it. It's also supposed to be gorgeous weather-wise on Sunday. So that neutralizes, I think, like a lot of the rookie stuff that would have happened. I don't love the offensive line, but I don't think either of these teams have pass rushes, so I'm not really concerned about it. So I could get there with the Saints. This isn't a game that I'm betting, and this isn't a game that made our circuit card.
If Spencer Rattler is the quarterback, do you feel any differently?
A little bit, yeah, because of the game experience.
I hate to say it, I kind of do too. I think if this was Rattler and it was 5.5, I'd be like, this is a bet. Like
look, Gambling Radar is telling me to take the Saints. It's just that I can't find the 2-7 ATS means that they are truly a bad team. Because if you're 2-7 ATS and you're a dog in every single game, that means you are not.
You can't even like cover like large spreads either. Like,
right.
I think when they close in that spread in LA was not.
By the way, I'll say this to everybody. Like, this is another one of those longer spreads that I like to say this to everybody. There is this myth of, and this is the thing with Miami. If I were to bet Miami, I'm not going to take Miami plus 9.5. Don't bet long spreads, and because you think they'll backdoor. That's a terrible cap because you're effectively saying I'm going to sweat the entire game and hope for the best in garbage time. That's a bad cap. If you are capping a team to cover the spread, cap the team to be competitive within the game. And if you're going to do that, take an alt spread. I would take Miami at probably like 7.5 at probably plus 115 or something like that, or down to 5.5. And for the Saints one, I would probably do it at 3.5 at like an alt. Like, I just don't, I'm never going to take a longer spread and just hope for that best on there. I'm always going to try to take it like this. Raiders one's a great example. They were 9.5, and we took them at 2-1 for 3.5 because they're divisional. They do that, especially in the division. So just if you like these teams, I know it's only 10 cents juice, but it's just a better value bet for and better for your peace of mind of like, hey, I staked half a unit to win a unit because I think that you're getting points at plus money, which is just, that's what you should be looking at it as. I think it's a great deal.
I'm looking across the board at the Saints game. There is literally, this is 5.5. Like, it is not.
It's painted everywhere. It's not moving anywhere.
Any book. It's so, yeah. If you want to take Saints money line, you can.
It was at South Point had it at 6 for like a day, and then he went back to 5.5.
Oh, and it would have immediately got hit, I bet.
Yeah. That's the problem. They can't have it at 6 because then everyone will buy back.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now then they would be creating.
So what do you want to do? Do you want it to? What do you want to do with it? Where did you land? What do you want to?
I think we both make pretty good arguments here. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I think the Miami one, I definitely feel good about keeping that one. So no problem with that at plus 9.5. The New Orleans one, these aren't, when are these due? Are these due Saturday, right?
Saturday.
I almost want to just look at like one more thing. There's
do
like
it tomorrow.
One more thing
See who practices.
that I want to look at. Yeah, and see who practices in that one. And then, because the weird thing is, like, I was a little bit high on Kellen Moore early in the season because I was like, oh, this team's like actually more competitive. They seem a little more organized than I anticipated. But then that sort of like I just haven't paid enough attention, I guess, to what's been going on and what they've been saying about Chuck. So I kind of want to do a little bit more on that.
He was fine last week. It's just the guy that he threw to the most got traded. I don't know. I don't love him. So
yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Do you want to real quick? Do you want to touch on any? I know we're gonna talk a little bit next week. We're gonna have a free agency preview here.
Yeah. Next week I'm traveling, so we might be the week after. But yeah, I'm gonna organize it for the next 2 weeks.
Well,
next week I'll be.
The good thing
with
baseball is free agency goes on forever, so you can.
Yeah, they're doing all the tender stuff. Let me look up free agency. Free agency. Let me look it up. Free agency MLB key dates. Let's look.
We had someone sign today. Who was it? Oh, Taveras signed today with the Orioles. Leody Taveras.
Interesting. Was he not on a team? Oh yeah, dude. So the non-tender deadline's November 21st. And then
okay. So there's we got time.
So we got time. We got time.
But he must have been on a team. That's why he must
not have been. And then Rule 5 draft is December 10th.
Okay.
And then
when's winter meetings?
Let me see. Here it is. I'm looking at CBS. Yeah, second Gold Glove winners announced. The 6 contract option decisions. Deadline for qualifying offers is today. Free agency technically began today. GM meetings in Las Vegas are November 11th and 13th. Qualifying offers are the 18th. Deadline. So 11th and 13th is probably going to be trades because some of these guys you could still do qualifying decisions on. And then owners meetings the owners meeting is in New York in the end of November, early December, competitive on 6-9. The non-tender deadline is really what it is because that's how winter meetings are the 7th to the 10th in Orlando in December.
Okay.
So you'll get a couple before that, but like usually it's not until like right after. Like DeGrom signed super early. Like it doesn't benefit any of the guys who are big names to be signing early.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to see how the market's going to adjust for everybody.
Well, and that's why last year we joked about how Corbin Burns was the angriest man in America when Blake Snell signed the deal that he did because
like right away
it fucked his market at that
completely
point.
Screwed his market.
Is there? Let me just ask you this: Is there one free agent that you're like, man, I am really interested to see where this guy lands. Like there could, depending on where this guy lands, I might be looking to make a bet on this team.
Shota.
Damn it. Okay, yeah, that was he was
Is that
on
going
my
to be
list
yours?
too.
I
I was
really
gonna say
think,
Shota because I think he's like a very good lefty that can help a lot of teams.
yeah, I mean, Scooball's also a free agent, but like, I just don't like the thing is that
Scooball's not a
Scooball
free
and
agent until next
Schwarber.
year. Not till
No, well,
next
yeah,
year.
but they might work out a trade, like those kind of things. But
Okay,
yeah,
but they have to
it's
trade him. Yeah.
right. But Schwarber and Tucker, arguably the two best hitters in the market, and
Yes, definitely.
they will probably. I can't see a reason why either would sign until January
Schwarber and
because
Tucker. Yeah.
there's no reason for them to do. They they're both going to get 50 AAV and yeah, Tucker, Schwarber will definitely. Tucker will probably be a little bit less, but they have different skills, so it's sort of like they're
See,
both
I feel
gonna
like Tucker's going to get more just because he's younger
because he can do a lot more
and
and
he
Chris
also can
Field.
field.
Yeah.
So
So no, so
I
I think
think
it actually equals out probably. They're
yeah.
probably gonna both get 50, 55 ABAV. So they do that. They're gonna wait and see what other teams do. I think Shota, you gotta remember, Shota's like, how old is Shota? Like 33?
He's 32. 32.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think that I think we need to I think that Shota I think Shota's gonna get like a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option. He's gonna want to someone gives him a 5-year deal, great on them, but I don't that's gonna end up being like Patrick Corbin, and that's a terrible idea. I think that he probably is gonna want like a big one, but the teams that you and I had floated were the Mariners or the Giants make the most sense.
I think the Giants make a
Giants
lot of
make the
sense
most
for
really. I
Shota.
if I'm
Yeah.
gonna like we're the preview of that show, but I think that if I'm the Giant, like if I'm the Giants, I open that up to do that. It's a great park for both of those parks are also good parks for him because
Yeah.
they're deeper in the in the corners. It's harder for home runs on. He's a lefty, and so you have pull guy. Like they're not good pull parks. So if I'm him, that's where I want to go.
Yeah, and I can't see them rolling out and trying to trust Robbie Ray for another season
Yeah, I
as your
agree.
best lefty on that rotation. So that would, that would shore you up there with Webb, Shota, and then
Landon Raup,
Landon
who's still
Raup. You'll still, I mean, you can still obviously, you can still have Ray, although he's going to be 35, I think, next season. So,
who else is the Giants gonna have? I mean,
they'll have
you're
Trevor
so
McDonald, Wisenhunt, and Seymour is I think who else they'll have on the starters right now. I don't know
yeah.
who in their prospect system who they might be calling up though.
They like Hunt a lot.
Yeah, they do like
Hunt.
Wisenhunt. That was part of the Devers thing. They wouldn't give him up.
I think that what'll end up they'll probably move Landon Raup to the bullpen, and Seymour is in. Seymour was a Mets prospect, wasn't he? Seymour will probably be on the, Robbie Ray. I have a feeling they're going to massively manage his innings next year.
Yeah.
Like, what did he have? He threw 182 innings. Yeah, dude. He threw it like so
that's
that
what I'm saying. Like they need a lefty. Like
yeah, like
this would make a lot of sense for them.
It makes a lot of sense. He's
I was
only born in 91. He looks so much older.
Oh, he looks like he's like 40. He looks like
he's
as
like
old
45.
as Verlander.
Yeah,
but,
I know. And Verlander won't be there. So yeah. Anyway,
I was gonna say Josh Naylor is the guy I'm kind of interested because
okay.
not Josh Naylor as the player. It's not like Josh Naylor goes somewhere and I'm like, oh, betting the win total overs now, or like, oh, this is really a great ad for this team. It's because Josh Naylor can really fuck Pete Alonso depending on when he signs. Because the first base market, it's him, it's Alonso, and then I'm trying to see who else is like and Bellinger. Bellinger could technically play first base along with O'Hearn. O'Hearn is like also part of that market. But to me, like
yeah, but O'Hearn
You,
You think O'Hearn's going to get a big deal? I know this is
no, no,
becoming a
no, no, no,
baseball
no.
preview episode, which is fine. I'm fine with this. This is great.
I'm talking. I'm just saying O'Hearn is like a first baseman available. But if we're talking about like teams that, or it's sort of the top tier of like the free agent first baseman, it's Naylor, it's Bellinger, and it's Alonso. Those are your three guys. Bellinger can obviously play the outfield, so I don't necessarily look at him as quite as much as a first baseman option. But
I
he has
agree.
played it.
I mean, Alonso had a
So
5.6 WAR.
right, but this is the thing. So Alonso, which hilariously opted out before he literally even got off the field in Miami in the last game of the season, opts out, and obviously is hoping to get that greater AAV just because he had a I mean, when you're behind Juan Soto, then like you're gonna end up mashing a bunch of RBIs. It's one of the reasons why we liked him for RBI leader last year. But he's gonna be 32. Naylor's a few years younger than him, and I think there could be another situation where this like basically like if Naylor goes somewhere, there's not really a lot of teams, especially also Vlad re-signing, that are in desperate win now and need a first baseman.
Yeah.
Except for the Mariners and the Mets. And I think there could be a chance here where it's like either Naylor signs early and Alonso is in the same exact position with basically playing chicken with the Mets, or Alonso actually beats Naylor and signs with Seattle or somewhere that is looking for a first baseman or a power hitter, and then the Mets are actually screwed because the Mets also need Pete Alonso back.
Yeah, I mean, I see Cade saying that Shota landing Boston. Possible. They just the thing is that they have they got younger guys. They have like they're pretty loaded on the youth end on their pitching side. So I don't know, and they're also gonna have like they'll get Sandoval back. They'll get a couple guys. They put so much into. They're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna necessarily have like a heavy lefty rotation because they would have Crochet. You would have what's his name?
They have early. They'll
early.
Definitely start early coming back.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're going to start early and him. And so then you would have three lefties in that rotation. And it's probably not the best ballpark for Shota because of his hard hit rate and his opposing pull rate. But you never know. I think Naylor's going to go back to the Mariners to be like I think
I do too.
I think they're going to run that team back.
Yes,
I think that they are going to run that team back. And
except they might trade Castillo. That's my like.
They might trade who?
Castillo, because I had said that to you.
Yeah,
like, I think
they have him signed.
I think that
honestly, you know who they should trade him back to?
Castillo.
They should trade him back to the Reds.
Oh, that'd be a great ad for Reds. Yeah,
like what the Reds tried to do with like Nick Martinez, like it would tremendously anchor that rotation in a guy that they know who's obviously came up through that team and they know what they're doing. That's what I would do. I don't see Cincy wanting to take on that.
I mean that rotation would actually be pretty sick because you'd have Green,
Burns, Lodolo, Castillo, and
Lodolo
Abbott.
And Castillo. Yeah,
that's a nasty rotation.
That's a rotation. Yeah,
that's a great rotation, and your only veteran is Castillo.
Yeah,
I think that's
if something like that were to happen, I'd be
very, very into that. But I don't think the thing with Alonso, I don't know why Alonso opted out because he didn't. There isn't a market for him. There wasn't a market for him last year, and I don't know what I don't know if he knows what he's going to get. You know where I could see Alonso going?
It depends. I mean, honestly, go to the Yankees. Like he could go like that.
Yeah, but or the O's.
Yeah,
I think that the O's
aren't. No, I don't think that they're.
But I think that. So first of all, he's not getting more than a 2-year deal, to a 3-year deal. It's not going to happen. And if the O's get rid of Mountcastle, which I expect them to do, and they don't move Adley to first, which they should do, then Peter Reese Hoskins make a lot of sense for that team.
That's right.
Um,
Hoskins is a free agent too. Yeah.
Hoskins will be a free agent. Anyway,
That's
this has now
Hoskins
become the
makes
free agent episode
Damn it.
that I'm excited to do.
Yeah.
But
We'll do
we
this
threw
a
a
lot
lot
more
out
in
there.
depth, but
Who
those
will our White Sox sign? That's what I want to know. Biggest move of the offseason already that people should be paying attention to is that the White Sox are now giving Luis Robert a chance to have a prove it year in a walk year. Also lockout year, but whatever.
yeah.
He could have a massive year on a team that you and I are very high on.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because that team has also been like committed to him over and over again. As much as our friend DeBundo wanted him to go to the Phillies over the summer,
Yep.
like, they have not once kind of swayed from asking for a boatload for him, and I still think it's because they think he's a great player, and I still think it's because
I mean, they could have let him go, and he wasn't going to get
is a
that kind
very
of money on the
talented player.
market. And
Yeah.
I mean, $20 million is a lot for that team.
Yeah, especially for Reinsdorf. I mean, Reinsdorf, it's like, I'm surprised that he realized that there was an extra zero at the end of that, and it wasn't a 2.
Yeah, he probably was like, I thought this was 2. I thought this was 2. So,
all right, good. Well, that's your little teaser for the more in-depth free agency.
The excitement. I have this note on here. Yeah, we're gonna tease it. Yeah, we'll do a 20-minute tease. It's great. So yeah,
I can't help it, man.
I know it's baseball. It's a hard product.
I've watched baseball for like 4 days. I'm like, damn it. Well,
I know. Well, look, it's the heart product. So. I'm now looking through these free agents things and just looking. Honestly, like, God, Gleyber Torres is a 4.4 WAR.
Yeah,
Torres is gonna get paid more than he deserves because he's 29.
29. Yep.
Yeah. I could see going to the Phillies. I would love to see the Phillies get Luis Rengifo, give him 1 year. Bregman's going to end up being on the Tigers. Watch.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I absolutely think that that's what's going to happen. What do you think Gino Suarez is going to go? We're already teasing the whole episode now.
Well,
I think he's going to Yankees.
I think he's going back to Arizona.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. He had said, I mean, some of this is just I'm taking some of the scuttlebutt that I had heard from our boy Eno and the Rates and Barrels crew, but
which I haven't listened to in months. I know.
I need to get back. I need to get back in with those guys, but no. Apparently, he was not happy that I guess that like there was some sort of handshake deal that like they were going to try and like bring him back after the trade deadline. Like he was very content playing in Arizona. He liked the park. He was there was a lot of pluses, I guess, for him. So I don't see Seattle re-signing him personally. I know that they're looking to probably bring it back, but I also think that Seattle is like if they have to choose between Naylor, Polanco, and Suarez, I think Suarez is the odd man out because I think Polanco is also
I agree.
For them.
I'm just scrolling through this. I think Trent Grisham ends up going to the. I can see him going either to the Mariners or the Rangers. I think he'd be a really good fit on the Rangers. The problem with Schwarber as a DH is that Ozuna is also a free agent. I think Ozuna will take. I mean, Ozuna's probably going to end up going back to Miami for no money. They drafted him.
Great. I'm buying Marlins. So
Dylan Cease. Do you see Michael King took a 1 year?
He
took a 1 year with the Padres.
When did he do the 1 year?
Today, like a couple hours ago.
Oh, this is literally okay. Never mind. That's why I'm like, this hasn't been updated.
No.
Is that an AJ Preller move?
That's such an AJ Preller move. So anyway, all right. This is great. Sorry guys, you just get to watch us talk about our favorite sport. Do we want to talk a little bit about? Do you want to remind people about hockey and show them it again, or what do you want to do?
Well, I'm just gonna mention Handigraphs. We have hockey. It's great. It's the best. It's the only place that you're going to get the type of goalie stats and the UI in one place. So if you are a Handigraph subscriber, go access it now. Like you can literally go into the dashboard. I don't know Wonder if I could actually even pull this up
You
from
can.
my side here real quick. So like I'll just hold on, Spencer. I know I feel bad for Spencer. I'm like we're coming in with
Spencer's
the
like, I'm learning
January
about
6th
baseball. Talk more
jokes.
about hockey.
Then I'm like, oh, like let me share my screen one more time. We're asking him to like get our podcast on Spotify video.
Yeah,
Like
we're doing all
we're
sorts of
asking
things
a
we
lot.
never
We
want to
love
do.
you, Spencer. So I just shared my screen here, but the way you'll access it, so like literally all you do when you go to the site, zip, and then there'll be something that'll kind of remind you. So lineups updated throughout the day. Data is updated every morning. We have 5v5, 5v4, first period, home and away, and then the cool thing that we have here that you won't get anywhere else also is the time on ice splits. So if you guys use the baseball product, yeah, that's kind of like your last 30, 60, 90 plate appearances. It's last 60, 120, 180, and 240 minutes. So, yeah, we will definitely have Spencer come on and also talk about his experience betting hockey and getting him to use handicrafts. But you can, last thing with this, if you're listening right now, HG Hockey will get you hockey
For free.
through the next 2 months. So you will get
Well, specifically to January 6th.
to Spencer's birthday. So
It's his birthday.
you will
No other significance of that day
you
in
will
my
get
in my bit.
no. That's why we did it. It wasn't. I don't know what else you're talking about for that, but HG Hockey that'll get you access for the next 2 months. We've got way more stuff coming. Team stats, skaters, a lot of good things down the pipe. But yes, it is live. You can use it, and feedback welcome. Come in our Discord. We will be there. And I know, Berg, you've been capping already with it. You said it's so far. It's
Yeah. I mean, the Pens blew it, but they're now tied 3-3. They were up 3-0. But this Boston game went the way I thought it was going to. I was using it last night. It's pretty good. I mean, it's good. It's good stuff. I'm not having the greatest night, but I've been literally running hot for like 6 weeks. So it's like I'm allowed to have like occasional not great nights. I thought that this Dallas game was going to go differently, but that didn't. This Anaheim team could fuck. And then
Dostal's like kind of good. Like the
dude, he's great.
there.
I mean, that game's kind of a little bit off the rails, but it's great. But I've been enjoying it. You know, we got guys use it and tell us what you like and don't like about it, so we can fix things and do whatever.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Cool. All right. Who's doing so? All right. So look, HOF Bets, HOFapp.com. Use code DADS. QR code is there. HG Hockey on Handigraphs. And I don't know. We're going to do some other stuff next week. Sorry, guys, that we're like tired. We just baseball. We got excited about baseball. We had 2 shows this week.
I said to you before this episode, I was like, oh, we probably got like 30, 35 minutes in us. And
yeah, we have an hour because we went down a rabbit hole and finding a list of free agents.
By
the way, Silver Slugger, Pete Alonso. First one he's ever won. He got it this year because he had 121 RBIs.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know why Ketel Marte won a Silver Slugger. That shows how stupid that award is. He got hurt like half the year. All right. So look for Spencer at Spencer_Ray, CJ at Dad's That Bet. I am Adam Rosenberg at Hey Rosenberg, and CJ. What is the final word?
February 20th, first spring training game. Be ready.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.